All right, y'all, we are back with another video. If y'all can remember yesterday, Joy Reid was fired. Her show, The Reid Out, was canceled. Not only that, we're going to check this out by Liberal Hivemind, and he's going to explain to us and show the clips of the reason why Joy Reid was fired. Not only that, she goes on a rant crying. I'm about to go ahead and show y'all the clip. She was literally crying because her show got canceled and she got replaced. They pretty much just got Joy Reid out of there. And now she's on camera wiping tears from her face. I guess gotten somebody, whoever that is, working in her studio, bringing her, like napkins to wipe her tears and stuff like that. She literally just burst in tears over losing her job and that show of hers getting canceled. We definitely about to dive straight into that. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. But hey, Joy Reid deserve it. The racist talk that she did day in and day out over there on that show, MSNBC was literally letting this woman just say anything. I mean, just say anything. Even got to the point where you were telling people, don't let people come to your Thanksgiving. Even if y'all related, if they are a Trump supporter, don't let them come to your Thanksgiving. If they do, make them fix their own food. It's just that type of energy. And always going after white people. It's just all the stuff that this woman was saying every single day and getting away with it. Now she want to cry on camera and boo-hoo. Like I said, make sure y'all please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me all know in the comment section who all stayed to the end, because it definitely helps get the video out there. But before we get into Liberal Hivemind's video, check out this video of Joy Reid crying.
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them, or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Now, as y'all can see, she's boo-hooing, she's mad. Nobody cares, Joy Reid. Nobody cares. Nobody feels sorry for you at all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this by Liberal Hivemind.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Look, I was never sure exactly when it was gonna happen, but I'll tell you one thing, I always knew this day was coming.
Yep.
I mean, there's just no way that Joy Reid's career or her time at MSNBC was gonna last. And finally, MSNBC has decided to pull the plug on the Reid out. In other words, Joy Reid has officially been shit-canned. And of course, you know exactly what that means. As is tradition on this channel, we've got to send off Joy Reid the right way by showcasing her absolute worst moments. And trust me, just as you'd expect, there's no shortage of material here, folks. This video could have easily been 45 minutes long because, well, she's just the absolute freaking worst. Let's send send off Joy Reid in complete disgrace, exactly as is deserved. I mean, honestly, I can't really think of a person that deserves to be fired more than Joy Reid. But anyways, let's give Joy Reid the send-off that she deserves. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright, so this was bound to happen, mostly because Joy Reid's ratings weren't just bad, they were hitting rock bottom, even by MSNBC's already embarrassing standards, and that's really saying something because MSNBC as a whole has been in complete freefall since Donald Trump won the election.
Yep.
It turns out that shrill, doomsday-style propaganda about the end of democracy doesn't really sell very well when the guy they claimed would be a dictator on day one. He's gonna end American democracy is just out here cutting bureaucratic bloat and fixing the economy. But anyways, within MSNBC's collapsing empire, Joy Reid was the absolute worst performer of their top, this is going to be a hard thing to say in this context, talent. Oh, yep, that was hard to say. But anyways, she is the worst performer on the network. Her show has tanked precipitously. The Daily Mail gives us some key insights here. Joy Reid's MSNBC show is canceled as ratings plummet. Amid a looming landscape of languishing cable and legacy news stations, MSNBC had their lowest rated Januaries in history in the highly sought after 25 to 54 demographic. The statistic holds importance to advertisers due to the group's spending power and the fact that it pertains to both daytime and primetime. During 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time, MSNBC barely managed an audience of 734,000, with CNN securing just 522,000. And keep in mind, not so long ago, CNN was getting some pretty bad numbers in the 500,000-600,000 range like you just saw, but MSNBC would usually do more than double that. Their top show is getting anywhere from like 1.2 to 2+ million views. In other words, thanks to people like Joy Reid, the network is tanking. Nobody wants to watch this crap anymore. And is it really any surprise why? Especially following the last election, Donald Trump won, and I think for the most part the temperature in the country has really come down a lot. People are putting their faith in Donald Trump, but most importantly, I think most people are done with the hysteria. They want to see the country do well. They want to see the country come together and unite, especially after Joe Biden's divisive 4 years. They're tired of the divisive rhetoric. They're tired of the racial politics and divisive racial grifting. And well, to be honest, that's all that Joy Reid has. Nothing else.
In America, there's a thing about both white vigilantism and white tears, particularly male white tears. Really white tears in general, because that's what Karens are, right? They Karen out, and then as soon as they get caught, it's like, green waterworks. White men can get away with that too. And it has the same effect.
They're going to take away your right to even know the history of this country. They're going to replace it with so-called patriotic education. They're going to get rid of the Department of Education, meaning no more Pell Grants, no more money for school, no more student loans, no more equality for girls' sports. All of it gone. Replaced with this white Christian nationalist insanity.
Oh my God. Look, this is the crap. This is what cost her job. Saying this crap right here. And you know, it get to the point where you don't like somebody so much that you're willing to say anything, and you sitting up here saying all this, looking in this camera, and you know you're lying. You know that's not what Donald Trump is going to do, but yet you're sitting up here doing it because you want to try to make the American people believe what you are saying. And this is the reason why they raised it down. This is the reason why CNN raised it down, because y'all ain't credible. Y'all can't sit on that show and tell the truth about nothing. When have Joy Reid ever gave Donald Trump props on anything? Since Donald Trump been doing a good job since he been in there, not one video have this woman may say, well, I don't like Donald Trump, but hey, I'm glad he did this. They would not acknowledge anything he do right. They try to make everything he do make seem like it's wrong. And then she spew this crap right here to the American people, trying to get them to believe it. Now you see the reason why your show is canceled and you gone, and now y'all all in tears crying. Nobody care.
Every single day with Joy Reid, it's just white men this, white men that. Oh, we lost the election. Oh, white men and white women. Such reductive analysis and commentary. Nothing but grievance pushing and identity politics, and people are just sick of it. And of course, like we always say in instances like this, could you imagine if it was happening the other way? Could you imagine if back during the Tucker Carlson era, Tucker was going on, constantly isolating black people, engaging in overtly racist commentary? I mean, just imagine the outrage. It's obvious that Joy Reid was just a bad faith actor, pushing hate, division, and grievance politics, all in an effort to drum up controversy and generate clicks. Her show was never serious, never professional. And honestly, this clip right over here, definitely the best clip clip that I found making this video, I think puts that into the clearest perspective.
This is the point in the program where we normally would play our favorite game, Who Won the Week? But since this is a special 2-hour edition of The Readout, we figured we'd do something a little different. Also, this week's winner was obvious and follows a brutal house bully takedown that went viral. It was even trademarked and is going to be rolled out as part of a Crockett clapback collection. That back and forth also flooding the internet with a veritable denouement, a veritable deluge, I should say. A deluge is the word I'm looking for. Let me ask you this, because a lot of people listen to that and they said, this lady clearly had a plan ready. When did you think of this? Did it just pop into your head because you just were, the letter of the day was B? What's happening?
She dedicated an entire segment to Jasmine Crockett bragging about her clapback at Marjorie Taylor Greene. That was the highlight of her show. Not policy, not real issues.
You see this? Not policy, not real issues. And he took the words right out of my mouth. Like, you bring Jasmine Crockett on to try to say she did a beatdown on Marjorie Taylor Greene. If people actually go watch that clip, you will see Marjorie Taylor Greene absolutely destroyed Jasmine Crockett. Absolutely destroyed. I think that was Nancy Mace that told her, hey, we can go outside if you want to. I can guarantee you Jasmine Crockett didn't get up. So she gonna dedicate a whole show to Jasmine Crockett, may seem like she did a number on Marjorie Taylor Greene. But this is the crowd Joy Reid was always pushing. Like he said, not talking about policies, not talking about what can help the American people, but want to bring her on to make it seem like, oh, you beat her, you beat Marjorie Taylor Greene in an argument, so let's have a whole show about it. It's like, come on.
Just a leftist congresswoman gloating about a racist insult. Is anybody really confused why Joy Reid and MSNBC's ratings are in complete freefall? Of course not. All you ever got from Joy Reid was white people bad, and then of course, a threat to democracy. Donald Trump is literally Hitler. Everything he does is fascism.
It is calculated, right? I mean, Donald Trump isn't just a doddering fool who happens to be racist. He's a calculated person who is not trying to grow.
See, this is the crap that I'm talking about. Why you keep calling a man Donald Trump is not a racist. You know how many black people that love President Trump back then? You remember like the Mike Tysons? Even Whoopi Goldberg used to work for him. She didn't think he was a racist. Now all of a sudden she hate him because he fired her. So now she done went on this Trump derangement syndrome rant every time you watch The View. There's a lot of black people that support Donald Trump. It's like, come on with this. He's a racist. He's that. That's why I said American people didn't fall for this crap. But this is where Joy Reid continuously pushed, and she know for a fact Donald Trump is not a racist. She know he's not. But she pushing it because it's all about fear mongering. Let's scare the American people into not voting for him. Let's scare the American people to not supporting Donald Trump. Let me just keep saying this. The same thing Kamala Harris them tried, and you see it lost them the election. It lost them the election. All that fear monger, all this Hitler talk, this Mussolini talk. A lot of y'all wishing he would have got shot. We seen the episodes.
Oh, his vote share. He's trying to speak into the id of a particular kind of voter about when he says we have to call out Detroit, Philly, and Atlanta. We have to go into Philly, Detroit, Atlanta. He lost Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Michigan in 2020, which is how he lost the election. It's why he's under indictment for attempting to steal those races.
Oh my
where he's
God.
telling his voters, his small, his share of extreme MAGA voters. He
lost that election because of that damn laptop situation that y'all hid and lied about. Because y'all a bunch of cheaters. That's what it was. So, I mean, y'all sitting up here with all this lying, man. It's like this is the type of stuff, it just piss you off to have to listen to this woman say this crap. And she knows she's full of it. Like, come on.
Blacks are stealing the election. Black Haitians are violent cannibals.
Oh, God.
Black people are the enemy. Black people are going to be responsible if and when I lose, and you are permitted through my language to do violence to them if necessary to stop another peaceful transfer of power, because he understands that he is not winning the election.
Donald Trump supposedly lying about his crowd size proves that he's a fascist. Ooh, exaggerating your rally numbers. Well, that's fascism. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Trump's a fascist 24/7, and then, of course, when it came to the Democrats, yeah, pretty much the exact opposite.
I mean, this really was an historic
flawlessly run campaign. Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out and endorsed.
You talking about Queen Latifah never endorsed? Don't you know, you old dummy, that the reason these people endorsed Kamala Harris because she paid them? They didn't just come on stage and talk because they support Kamala Harris. They came on stage. That's why you got the Beyoncés, the Megan Thee Stallions. You got all of these actors. You got Eminem came up there. You know why they came up there? Not because they support the Democrats. Not because they support Kamala Harris. They came up there because she paid them. She paid them. It's hell, she give anybody $2 to $5 million. Anybody come up there and say something for 2 minutes and act like they support her when they don't. They only did it because she paid them. Y'all know that. That's the reason why when her campaign was up, she was what, $20 million in debt? You don't want to talk about that though, do you? You don't want to talk about her being $20 million in debt, do you? You know good well that Kamala Harris paid all those celebrities for the endorsements. And it still didn't get her nowhere. Donald Trump didn't have to pay nobody. He didn't have to pay, he didn't have to go get like big time actors and all of that and pay them to come talk. He didn't have to do that. People that did came and talked for Donald Trump, they did it genuinely because they actually support him. He didn't have to pay them. It's like, come on, man, with this lying and stuff. This is crazy.
No, I mean, she had every prominent celebrity voice.
Because she paid them.
She had the Taylor Swift, she had the Swifties.
Look at this.
She had the Beehive. Like, you could not have run a better campaign in that short period of time. And I think that's still true. These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength. This current president of the United States is 81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing? That he's strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age.
If y'all look how Jen Psaki and look how this guy looking at her like, what the hell is she talking about? Like, this is the type of woman who compared that Donald Trump almost getting killed to Joe Biden having COVID. This is the type of crap that Joe Reid does. You look how the anchors looking at each other. They sitting there like, what the hell she just say? That's why they turn their head towards her. Joy Reid say some of the most dumbest stuff, bro. Like, come on.
So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that exactly the same?
Look at this.
Kamala Harris ran the greatest campaign ever. I mean, she got Queen Latifah to endorse her. That's got to be the biggest political achievement of all time. And then that pathetic little segment attempting to diminish Donald Trump getting shot in the freaking ear by a would-be assassin. And then, of course, blowing smoke up Joe Biden's behind, equating Donald Trump's recovery to Joe Biden's recovery from the coup.
That's
just
crazy.
Explicit, cringe partisanship in the most fake and dishonest way. What a pathetic legacy. And what's crazy is that MSNBC hasn't learned anything because they're essentially doubling down here. Even though Joy Reid is gone, it's not like the network is reforming itself. They're actually replacing her with a panel show that's going to be co-hosted by Simone Sanders, Alicia Menendez, and Michael Steele. Complete disaster. This network is in free fall and they have absolutely no idea what they're doing, clearly. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got.
Salute to liberal Hivemind. Now we all see the reason why she got fired. This is the reason why she's gone. This is the reason why her show got canceled. This is the reason why she's now shedding tears as if we gonna feel sorry for her. You compare President Trump almost getting killed to Joe Biden having COVID. I mean, it was just that type of stuff. And I mean, trust me, like he said, this video could have been 40 minutes long. It's a lot of clips out there of Joy Reid saying some of the most slanderous stuff, attacking white women, white men, even saying stuff about black people. This is like, if black people don't support what she's talking about and they support Donald Trump, now she goes after black people that support Donald Trump. It's like these people want you to like think like them, say what they say, do what they do. If you don't, then to them, you an enemy. And it's crazy. That's why I'm glad she's gone. Even though MSNBC, it ain't gonna get no better. They still the same network that slandered Donald Trump, and I mean their ratings gonna stay plummeting. So it is what it is. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching, especially the ones that made it to the end. And I catch y'all in the next one.